Most of you probably remember the first time you took that decision to become a fan of Manchester United. It might have been when you saw a goal from Cantona, or a skill from Cristiano Ronaldo, or a free kick by David Beckham. It is these moments of magic that you were born as a Manchester United fan. The Glazers became fans out of necessity after their father, the late Malcolm Glazer, bought the club through a leveraged buyout of Manchester United. Welcome back to the Man United stream. It's Monday and we are all excited because we finally kick off our season tonight against Wolves at Old Trafford. Hit that like button on this video right now because it's going to be a good show and you will probably get so into it that you'll forget to hit that like button later on. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we are one of the fastest growing Man United fan channels out there right now. And that's even before I've done a face reveal. Can you imagine what will happen if I show my ugly face on the screen? The channel would blow up overnight. On a serious note though, make sure you do subscribe and be part of our lovely Manchester United community where we discuss all things Man United and more. Tonight, Manchester United will most likely be playing two of the new summer signings in Mason Mount and Andre Onana. Rasmus Højlund unfortunately is not considered fit and will not be available for a few weeks, we're hearing. I don't think that is a bad thing, as I feel he does need to rest in between games. I think he slowly needs to be incorporated into the team, and throwing him into the deep end immediately and putting all that pressure on him is not fair, and I don't think it'll work in his advantage. I do hope Rasmus Højlund does come in and become one of the key players for Manchester United and blows up as a top striker in the Premier League. But what I have seen of Manchester United and signing new players is that they bring these new players in and they throw them right into the deep end, hoping that they will be the solution to the entire team, but that's not the case. It requires the entire team to be playing well, not just one new signing. Many players don't realise the pressure that comes with playing for United, and once they arrive at Old Trafford, it hits them, which affects the players in many different ways. Talking about players that are coming to Manchester United, we are hearing that Manchester United are still looking to sign a new centre-back and have shortlisted at least 3 players for that position in Pavard, Todibo and Tapsoba. It looks like that Manchester United's first choice player is Pavard from Bayern Munich. We've heard that Ten Hag is looking for someone with experience, and Pavard seems to tick all boxes for what Ten Hag wants in a new centre-back. Ten Hag, we have heard from sources, understands that Varane is not able to play all the games Manchester United will be involved in this season. Varane requires rest in between games to allow him more recovery time, and that is why he needs a like-for-like replacement for Rafael Varane. Pavard wants to move away from Bayern, and it's perfect timing for Manchester United, who are also looking for a centre-back replacement. There are also some reports that Manchester United might also get Todibo in as a player for the future, but these are yet unconfirmed reports. The Amrabat deal has still not happened. Despite hearing reports that it will get done this week, we are now hearing that the sale of Fred and Donny van de Beek have held up the move for Amrabat. I keep saying this, that United need to be very careful in this situation. Although it's been reported that Amrabat wants to join United, we do not want Liverpool, who are coming off losing both Caicedo and it looks like Lavia to Chelsea, to go out there and spend that 110 million or 100 million plus and make an offer for Amrabat that is too good for him to refuse. Although as United fans we must have all enjoyed Chelsea getting one over Liverpool with the Caicedo deal, but no one expected Chelsea to go and sign Lavia also. Now that's just being greedy. If Chelsea do go on to sign Lavia, they will have one of the best midfields in the Premier League for sure, and it will leave Liverpool desperate to go out into the transfer window and make some silly offers to get a CDM in place. We all know one thing: Manchester United do not have owners like Bowley, the Chelsea owner, who has spent billions already on buying players. The Glazers have barely sanctioned 150 million to a manager that delivered Champions League football and a trophy in his first season at the club. We have owners that have refused to let go of Manchester United despite knowing that a majority of the fan base are against them. But my question to fans of Manchester United is, are you really against the Glazers? Because in some cases I feel like some fans deep down don't care about the owners or only care once we're losing or not doing well. If United suddenly have a great start to the season, you'll see some fans not even approach the subject of the Glazers and the sale of the club. For me, this is where fans lose and the Glazers win. We fans must unite, make a wall of protection around our beloved club and let the Glazers know that not a single fan wants them at the club. So if you know any Manchester United fan that is on the fence about the Glazers and having them as owners of United, it is your duty to go up there and make sure that they understand why having the Glazers as Manchester United owners will never benefit the club or its fans. Firstly, the most important factor of all is that Glazers do not look at fans as fans. When they see fans of Manchester United, they don't see how invested we are in the success of the team on the pitch. The Glazers look at the disappointment of fans when we lose and cannot understand why we care so much. That is because they are not fans of Manchester United. Most of you probably remember the first time you took that decision to become a fan of Manchester United. It might have been when you saw a goal from Cantona or a skill from Cristiano Ronaldo or a free kick by David Beckham. It is these moments of magic that you were born as a Manchester United fan. The Glazers became fans out of necessity. After their father, the late Malcolm Glazer, bought the club through a leveraged buyout of Manchester United. And if the Glazers attempted to buy Manchester United or any other football club in the UK in the same manner of leverage, they would not be allowed right now. It is illegal for a buyer to leverage that much debt to buy a football club right now. So let that sink in a little. It would be illegal for the Glazers to buy Manchester United in the same way that they bought Manchester United in 2005. Wow. So let's discuss the news on the sale today, because it's been a few weeks since I talked about this and we have heard new reports coming out since yesterday on the sale of Manchester United. But before I go and do that, can you please hit that like button on the video so that other Manchester United fans get to see this video? Plus, if you're new to the channel, then it's your lucky day. You better not leave the video without subscribing to the channel. Yesterday we heard reports that the Glazers were nearing a stage where all the siblings had reached some kind of agreement that they will sell Manchester United. A number of newspapers reported yesterday and today that the Cardiff City chairman Mehmet Dalman dropped a line about how the Glazers are going to make an announcement very soon about the sale of Manchester United for the sum of £7 billion. Dalman was speaking to the BBC at the time of making these surprising comments. Dalman told the BBC the following: "I've been in a meeting with lots of US private equity funds and valuations of football clubs is going through the roof. Americans are determined to come into this market quite heavily." Dalman went on to say, "I spoke to owners of Leeds when they were there, and the championship clubs are valued 3 times their revenue, give or take." He went on to then make the revelation that Manchester United are going to announce their sale at 7.2 billion to 7.3 billion, which is roughly 10 times their revenue. Now, it's unclear why and how Dalman made these comments and if he was just passing on something that he overheard in one of his meetings, but this could mean one of two things. Number one, the Glazers value Manchester United at 7.3 and want offers in that region to be received, or that the sale has been agreed valuing United at 7.3 billion with one of the bidders. It's unclear which party that is, from Sheikh Yassim or Sir Jim. Some fans will jump to say that it's Sheikh Yassim as he's the only one with a serious amount of money to make such an offer. However, I also feel that Sir Jim could be the party valuing the club at that figure. We have to remember that Sir Jim was already valuing Manchester United at around 6.5 billion when he made his initial offer to the Glazers. So I can see the Ineos group and Sir Jim increasing their valuation a little bit more to please the Glazers and try and get that deal done. We must all remember that under the offer made by Sir Jim, he is not paying the Glazers cash for the club up front. He has offered to pay the Glazers in instalments and over a number of years. And whilst he does this, he also allowed for the Glazers to hold on to shares of Manchester United and remain as part owners. Sir Jim valuing the club higher right now makes little difference to him in terms of money going out of his pocket. For Sheikh Yassim, however, offering a higher valuation of the club right now means he would be putting down a further 1.5 to 2 billion pounds to make things happen. It's a big ask even for the Qatari banker. This news could be linked to the news we heard about 2 weeks ago that the Glazers were planning to make an announcement about the takeover around the anniversary of when they first announced that they were looking at strategic opportunities for the club. I must admit, I do not trust the Glazers one bit. They are slimy and greedy business people, a family that are so greedy that they have sued each other in the past for money that they feel is theirs. When families are prepared to sue each other, you know that for them, having billions of fans hating on them makes very little difference. Trust me, they do not lose sleep over any of us United fans. I cannot see the Glazers letting go of United whilst it can still promise them riches in the future. But it's a catch-22 situation for all Manchester United fans. We want our club to do well, but now it can't ultimately do well until it's freed from the Glazers and the debt that they've piled on top of the club. So what now? How do we get rid of the Glazers? Well, there's only one thing that makes the Glazers unhappy in life, and that is when they lose money. I remember reading a story from an ex-employee of the Glazers who said that one day he got a call from one of the Glazers and was asked about spending $7 on an item in their business. He laughed and said that the call to him, which was a long distance call, must have ended up costing the Glazers more than $7 than asking about the $7 that he spent. But the Glazers are that kind of person. All they care about is money, every penny of it. So if United fans want them out, we need to stop lining their pockets. We need to understand that the Glazers make most of their money through sponsorship deals and commercial deals connected to the global brand that is Manchester United. Businesses want to work with Manchester United, not the Glazers. The Glazers also make money from shirt sales and merchandise sales. In fact, they make huge profit on these kind of things, as there is a massive markup on the cost of making these things to the cost of the sale. Let's think about it. A shirt might cost the Glazers $5 to make and they sell it for around $90. If we compare the same to, say, a match day ticket, which is around $50 to $80, they spend most of that money on upkeep in the stadium and the staff, employing staff, so there's very little profit that they actually make from the ticket sales. They're also limited to a certain number of games at home each season. Hence why the Glazers are so keen on going into this European Super League idea, and then they can make more money from more games. The end goal of the Glazers is simple. Let's screw over the fans at whatever cost, because they will not walk away from their beloved club. And I guess they are right. I see many fans with kids now supporting Manchester United. It's not just about you, it's a family thing supporting United. It's about passing on that passion for United to younger fans. So in my final thoughts, we need to stand up and speak out. It's no good leaving it to the very few fans to speak up and then nod along with them. We also need to voice our opinion on the topic, and we need to show our outrage at the Glazers. We need to let our fellow fans know what is going on with the Glazers. We need to tell all fans that this is going on, and tell them that there is little point buying a Manchester United kit or paying into the pockets of the Glazers if we have no club left. Now, we don't expect fans to go out onto the streets protesting. It's understandable that not everyone can do that, especially not the fans that live outside the UK. And in Manchester United's case, that is a lot of fans. Manchester United has billions of loyal, die-hard fans around the world who are passionate about the club. But all the fans can begin to leave comments on social media and other types of forums to let the media and the people at Adidas and other major sponsors know that we're not happy with the owners and we want them out. This will slowly filter into boardroom meetings, and eventually the Glazers will get told that they cannot get the money they want from a sponsor because they are not wanted at Manchester United by the fans. Tonight, the Manchester United fans that will be attending the game at Old Trafford will be holding a sit-in protest at Old Trafford. They will sit in at Old Trafford for an hour after the game finishes, which should get the attention of the media and send a warning shot to the Glazer family that the fans are ready to go again and will not stop until they announce that they are leaving and selling the club. The end goal of any Manchester United fan should be that the debt currently burdened on Manchester United be cleared, allowing the club to go out there again and really show how powerful it is. Again, make sure to hit that like button, share this video on social media and to your friends, and most importantly, come and become part of the community on this channel. And that is why we've set this channel up. This channel is for all Manchester United fans, so make sure you subscribe. You are watching the Man United Stream, a channel for the fans by the fans.